FFXIV. How's everyone out there? We are back with some more Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, and we are going to take care of this unsettled scholar. At last, the Scion's man designs to grace me with his presence. Pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Har. Come, we are late enough as it is. Mr. Grouchy. Alright, whatever. Guess I should have Windstorm out to help me out. Might make the fights a lot easier. Actually, you know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. As much as I enjoy having Midgar Soma out, it doesn't really help in fights. It'd be great if it would, though. Like a boost of stats or something at least. But, oh well. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish elaborating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. These fly traps will be no more. Let's see, we have both completed our respective tasks, satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake mold waits, shall we? I don't like this guy. I'm out here, helping him out. Should just monster man. Like an unruly sort of person. Certainly like to sit back and rest my back, but unfortunately I can't do that. Char. Will-o'-the-wisp. Let me guess. You take your readings, I stand at a distance, try to kill things more quietly. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you to keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Oh, well. How lovely. That's a large bloody tree in it. done! Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I'd expect. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I am not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. I just quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Let's go, Windstorm. Gotta deal with this all the way over there. Oh, there's poachers and bandits over there, right? You right there, Char? Coming through. I think the weather can't make up its mind. What? Did I pass it? Yes, I did. Ah. Take it easy, Char. It's alright, buddy. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure my safety. Whoa. More than I expected. Done. This data should prove invaluable to sniff sniff. Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of a while my back was turned? Quickly now to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reek of blood and awful. Dude. Had to deal with bats. Alright, Charger. A tree ant. Some bloody fly, man-eating fly traps. And then I had to deal with some undead ghost. Of course, I'm not gonna smell all that great. But alright, we're back. It did it on me again. Stupid messages. Hoping that it'd stop, but guess not. Alright. Yeah. You chose to paddle in the Encore a while longer. I take it, no matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a curious analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been some measurable decrease in Aurora's ambient ether connection since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. I gotta work with this guy some more. Who better to serve the signs of the Seven Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant? For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Aura's font. The ambient ether connections there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No? Don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along. So, where am I going? Whoa. Okay. First, I'm not running all that way. I'm gonna be lazy. Charger. Now, we shall make the endeavored adventure. Over there. Goblin's meat. Hey, Jar Jar. Hey, buddy. Hey, Jensen. Go away, boar. You wanting down, Char Char? You wanting down? No? Okay. You should be more than familiar with the process by now. Pray find a suitable position from which you can keep watch while I take measurements. Yes, Char Char. Yes, quite high. It's still remarkably lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. The presence of a primal account for the difference, or is there something else? Something else. Something else? Scion, come here, I need you. Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. There you are, Infant. Harry and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Char Char. Yeah. So I gut it like a hog, but Not by one. No, these wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any crystal brave operations in the air. What cause had Willard to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Enofen. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The adjutant will want to know what happened here. And so do I. Alright, back. Mordona. Not quite the development I was expecting. I was expecting him to go wander off. Big old nasty monster comes up that's feeding on ether, and I'd have to run in and beat it up. Get you, Momo. Momo, Momo. Boop, boop, silly pups, silly pups. Let's see. I guess first the bad news. When you return and you seem troubled, did the role of escort chafe so? Wilred dead, mayhap murdered by the 12. How can that be? I will send word to Alfino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why? Take that. That's the bad news. Now for the good. It sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. Dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Right, that's that taken care of. Time to every purpose. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Melfina cannot help but look to the past. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Erosion history. Oh, you alright, buddy? Goofy beast. The grand commotion of our joint defense of Isengard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of a Rorisian alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. Jensen, you jumped off, you big dum-dum. Huh? Momo. We have every reason. Alright, that's enough, you. You're starting to choke yourself sitting back there. Come on, come on. I'm not. There you go. Spread out, relax. Every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? But, let's see, we have bested Drevoins and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, it is in this very room, our dear friend Moonbree. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. Yeah? I instruct the others to meet us in Ula, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tartaru, and a note, if they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Oh! Off to the big soiree, Innofin. Raise a glass for me, huh? Or not, you don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilward's dead? God's damn it. They must know that they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from, so I had to dig around on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of a Dodo consortium. A daft name for a business, if ever I heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give that bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are, short of calling one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to our rules of financial contributors. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know as soon as some of them are. I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilrid. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was, should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. God's damn me. Still, I don't see what Teleji hopes to accomplish. He hit his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissin' into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay his debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that, you have my word. Elephant, mind yourself when you're in Ulda, huh? We're heading into the storm. I can smell it. The kind that'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under for he knows it. So, off to Ulda then. Things are becoming things are unraveling. Seems our second in command within the Crystal Braves is not everything he seems to be. The little Lalafell guy, that's to be expected, I guess. He was always about the coin. There we go. Just in case I go into something that says you can't go because you're in a party. There we go. There's the lift attendant. Steps of thought. Then again, I never think of that thing. By the time I think about it, it's already too late. No, Momo, you were choking yourself earlier. I'm not gonna have you up here doing it again. Big goof. Waiting for you, Anofin. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I'd hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. What? Why am I? The hero must go where he is needed, and according to Melfina, you are needed elsewhere. We will go on ahead, Enelf, pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Morty and let her know that I will call upon her anon. I don't like this. Not one bloody bit. Alright. What was so urgent that you needed to call me over here? Oh, Momo. Yes, I know you won't back up, but I got Jensen up here. Alright. Get up here, you. You're not getting behind me. Nope. I appreciate you dropping in at such short notice, Infant. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with the Crystal Brave by the name of Alina, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of Coffin. There's something I must show you. Short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I thought those signs of troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning on confessing her undying love. So, interview central thing. This is not going good. Hopefully she's alright. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghost of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file it by your mind's eye. In solemn presence clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Alina. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Quaggan and the buzzing of, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial laying at your feet. Elephant, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant, why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city environs on account of the royal banquet, captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. I pray return to Ulda Enifin. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
I want to know what happened to Alina. Can I go back and kick his butt? Can I kill you? Can I kill you? Gods, I envy you all the food and wine, but I cannot think of a man more deserving. Enjoy the feast, Xenophon. You've earned it. I want to kill you. Well, first beat the crap out of you and have you tell me everything you know. And then I put my lance to your head. This goes very badly. Gently playing with one of his toys. Bloody goofball. Hopefully she loads in soon. There we go. I reckon you heard straight for the feast after meeting with Alina? What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, huh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that, Can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road. No use worrying about Alina. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. And when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. And I'm going to leave it there. Haha! But if you all liked the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. And I will see you gals and ghouls in the next videos. Ciao!